Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in a water sign. Basically motivated by deep emotional yearnings and desires. Recharges energy through intense emotional experience and intimate involvement with people. Sun in Pisces. Creative energy is expressed sensitively and inspirationally. Needs to be recognized for compassionate, giving nature. Sense of individuality is not clearly focused due to empathy with lives and problems of others. Radiates a healing and compassionate spirit toward all that suffers. Vitality and self-expression are colored by soul yearnings, overwhelming vulnerability, and the state of the inner life. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in air signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Sign position of the moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Gemini. Reacts quickly, perceptively, changeably, with unending curiosity. Feels secure in responding to a variety of mental stimuli and in being involved in more than one activity at a time. Adapts to change by using the mind and making connections. Communicates about inner emotional life, a need to verbalize emotions in order to feel connected with them. Sense of security can be deterred by emotional energy scattered in many directions. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science. Copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Gemini. Versatile, shrewd, and critical. Dual forces and subconscious. Superficial. Because it is the 12th house sign of Cancer, which is moon ruled, the Gemini moon can be its own worst enemy. Needs to be honest. Restless in search for truth. Needs to look beneath the surface. Longing for knowledge. Spread themselves too thin and scatter their forces. Unless Saturn or Scorpio is strong, can waste tremendous energy in chattering. Jittery nervous system. Torn apart by changing feelings which reflect in nervous tension. Too strong a tie with relatives. Not a free agent if they cling too long to family pattern. In a male chart, attracts a nervous and high-strung mate. Sun-Moon Alchemy. The elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian, 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Air-water combinations. Air and water together produce mist, which is a seemingly insubstantial, rather ethereal mixture. In fact, this combination of mind and emotion can produce a wonderful sense of humor and an extremely creative imagination, making for an equal interest in both sciences and the humanities, in people and things, in fact and fiction. This individual is enormously sensitive and potentially insightful, but may need to exert terrific effort in handling the real world. It is potentially a romantic, poetic combination, powerfully expressive and often theatrical. The Welsh poet Dylan Thomas, with Sun in Scorpio and Moon in Aquarius, expressed this ironic blend of mind and heart in a note about his collected poems. These poems, with all their crudities, doubts, and confusions, are written for the love of man and in praise of God, and I'd be a damn fool if they weren't. When the sun is in air and the moon in water, the individual may be a thinking type who consciously reflects upon the mysteries of life. This person thinks they are a free spirit, but soon finds out how deeply attached they have become. The Scottish birth control campaigner Marie Stopes, Sun in Libra, Moon in Pisces, was typical of the combination in her idealism, which was concerned with the realm of human values and the mysterious world of feeling and emotion. She expressed this well when she said, "There is nothing in the world I so reverence as beauty, whether of the world or of character or in a soul." Shadow. The air-water type may sometimes get confused as to whether they are thinking or feeling something. An apparently detached viewpoint may in fact be tinged with personal bias. This individual may also experience a mind-emotion split, feeling both emotionally involved and even dependent, and yet detached from the object of their affections at another level. In general, there can be a tendency for a rich imagination to remain somewhat up in the air, and for procrastination and an impractical approach to limit the possibilities of successful self-expression. If water is the stronger element, there can be intense emotionality, receptivity, and self-dramatization, but with a lack of strategy about one's creative energies. If air is the stronger element, the individual initiates well-thought-out schemes, but they may lack that touch of originality which comes from the depths of an inspired heart. To find out which element is stronger, you need to know further details about the horoscope, such as whether there are several planets in water or air. Relationships. The air-water type is interested in relating and communicating, and makes a delightful and stimulating partner. But there may be a kind of divine discontent in this individual, a sort of unconscious yearning for something more, and a sense that the grass is greener somewhere else. Relationships can be problematic because there is a need for intimacy and security, as well as for variety and change. Women with the moon in a water sign may tend to gravitate towards men with a strong water component, for they will help bring out their sense of femininity, which could otherwise get suppressed and intellectualized. For similar reasons, men with the moon in an air sign may find themselves drawn to air-type women, with whom they will feel a spontaneous affinity. It may be possible for this combination to drift into new intimacies without realizing it is even happening, and they would expect to be able to remain friends with all past lovers. Male versus female. This combination is probably best handled by females who can stay in touch with their feelings and also reflect on them without too much distress. The female role requires diffuse awareness, the ability to be aware of many different things at once, and it also requires tremendous adaptability, which this combination provides. It is likely that males will tend to polarize towards the mental and intellectual dimension, defending themselves against the overt expression of feelings. This will especially be the case when the moon is the water element. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Pisces, Moon in Gemini. The crafty rascal. You are very charming in your sly manner and a great comedian. You acquire friends easily and need them because, after all, you may need help getting out of the problems you are always having. Another thing you need is your intuition, which also helps you get by. The fact is that although you are clever, you just lack common sense. Scheming is one of your avocations. You change yourself so often that it is hard for people to know the real you because you are more like 3 or 4 people than one. A good intelligence, astonishing intuition, and cleverness come from your combination. You are a great character player, award-winning actor, and con artist above all else. Your wits will take you far in life. You just know what people want, and you are bright and very flexible. You will play any role just to give others what they desire. You never stop moving, and your Gemini moon provides that restless and feisty nature. On average, you might have a dozen ideas, inventions, or ostentatious projects in the works, but you are so flighty that it is unusual for one of them to be completed. Indecisiveness and indecision curse the Pisces Gemini. Setting an objective or expressing your convictions is hard for you. You are never certain if your latest idea is yours or if you have unintentionally gotten it from someone else. This is because you are so impressionable. The question you often ask yourself is, where are you going? You need to establish your own identity. Deep introspection is great, but the key is to be more disciplined. Cultivate a little patience and control your edgy spirit. Clarify your objectives and stick to them. You are inconsistent in romance, as in all things, and generally have several affairs in progress at once. You truly fall for whoever is nearest. Your actions can at times be very cold and heartless, even though you have a big-hearted nature. The path is clear to a successful love relationship after you have become more contented with your own individuality. You need to be in an ordered working and living atmosphere. Most importantly, be sure that those around you are positive for you because you soak up the texture and mood of your environment. Do not get near con artists or unpredictable people. You are a conceptual individual, and your solution to a problem is frequently the most innovative. A lot of your tactics and thoughts are in fact quite resourceful. You must work with a person who has the level-headedness to bring some of them to completion. There is no telling what you may achieve together in the event you connect with such an associate. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. If youth is a defect, it is one that we outgrow too soon. Robert Lowell, fellow native of Sun in Pisces, Moon in Gemini. Your greatest strengths. Potential creativity of your intellect and imagination. Ability for fun and mimicry. Diplomacy and appreciation of a wide variety of people. Fluency and original self-expression. Forgiving nature, and an open, childlike attitude to life. Your greatest weaknesses. A lack of confidence in who you really are. Tendency to vacillate and skim the surface. To be fickle and uncommitted in relationships. Proneness to wallow in daydreams, self-doubt, and self-pity. And to live according to an ever-changing relative morality. Images for integration. A child grips his magic red balloon as it lifts him into the sky and over the sea onto an island of eternal beauty. A schoolboy daydreams of heroic deeds during a class on the Romantic poets.